Hi,
All right.
everybody. Esso is having some technical difficulties with her internet, so we will start the podcast shortly. Matt, you were indeed first. It is time to party. It's going to be a little bit of a depressing party, but there's like a good and bad ending. It's complicated. This one's very complicated. I appreciate the lies of your being new here, though. Um, Jimothy Billiams, I love that name. That's great. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and do my Twitter post because I took a funny picture and I think it's great. So if y'all go to the Twitterverse and you see it, cool. I am sick still. It is very annoying. My voice is going to sound super shitty during the episode, but whatever. Y'all will have to deal with it. Um, my notes for today are actually kind of chaotic, but we're gonna get through it. It's gonna be a good time. I also realize I probably need to change this to not be a white paper because it's very bright. Um, doing some last little things, and then we'll be good. I am kind of excited, kind of afraid. I really want to do a good job covering this case. Um, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. But does anyone have? Oh, I can't even. I wish I could give you hints. I don't think I can even give you hints of what happens. There's one tiny note I'm looking for because I don't want to quote it wrong. And evidently, I didn't write it down. Um, what the fuck? Where is it? It is so. Poor Forever having technical difficulties. Yeah, she said she was having a lot of dropped frames. So I don't know what's going on over there, but she has to reset. She reset her stream and then reset her computer, and now she's just resetting the modem. So I have no idea. Come on, man. It is literally like 5 words. I just really don't want to get write it down wrong, but I will still say it what I remember it to be. Um, if I can't find it anywhere. Oh my god, I'm so sorry that my voice is going to be horrible. I want you to stay. Ah, I found it. I found it. Okay. Last time I did, or the first episode, whenever I last spoke to everybody on this podcast, I I wrote a pretty well-rounded script. Like it was this is what I'm going to talk through, how I'm going to talk through it. Today it's a lot more like just my thoughts vomited onto this page, and we're going to see if that's better for us or not, and we will see. I also rushed, but here we are. We made it. I was only 8 minutes late, I think. And it seems like Esso is almost back. We are starting. Let me tell my family. Faye, how are you? I was just explaining I'm sick, but I'm going to tell this case, and I'm anxious about it. I hate that, but I am. I'm actually pretty anxious because I don't want to say anything wrong or anything. I've known about this case for a while, but Essa still doesn't know what we're talking about. So I want to wait for her to get back, and then I'm going to do the whole like introduction of everything. Um, and everything. I keep saying because I'm anxious. You hear that? Blah, 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 blah. That's horrible. But what I was explaining is that the first episode, I was pretty detailed. Like I wrote like a step by step. Those crazy Sinnysisters, yes. Like a crazy step by step script. And today I did not do that. But my notes are 8 pages long, but the font is 12. So today's going to be a little longer. I did put trigger warnings in the chats. I think I got all the chat. Livespace won't let me pin anything, which is annoying. But we work with what we've got, man. 8 pages of notes. It's big font. It's 1.5 spaced. It's not awful, but it is a very serious and detailed case. So I think it's really important to talk about everything. I honestly, I didn't even get all of the things I wanted to talk about in my notes, which sucks. But I didn't want it to be like 4 hours long, so we should end up around 45 minutes to an hour, I think. I don't think it's actually going to be that long. So we shall see. It depends, I think, how the conversations go and all that.
It's fixed.
Yay!
Okay, sorry.
Are you back? Oh, God, I feel like I have to sneeze.
I think I'm back. I think so. I'm double checking right now. But yeah, it looks like I haven't dropped one frame.
Dope.
And my husband bought a new router, so we should not have to worry about that again.
Cool.
So I apologize. That's my bad.
You're good. You're good. There is a way. I did it last time where it wasn't blinding me. How did I do it?
All right, let's see.
I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm struggling.
Oh, is it working? I think it's working. Are my frames good? Can everybody see me? Mic check, check, check. 1, 2.
There you are. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
I found an SO. I was telling everyone it's not going to be crazy long, and I didn't write an actual script this time. Hi, Misfit. But I just like vomited all of my thoughts and notes onto these pages, and
that's what I did.
Yeah, it's
better that way.
It's 8 pages, but it's typed 1.5 spaced and 12 font, so it's not like crazy long.
Well, did I show you my notes from when I did it?
I saw your little notebook. Yeah.
my crazy chicken scratch.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna drink some water because my throat is awful. Hi, Misfit.
Oh no.
How's it going? It's going okay. I'm really excited to get started. SO had a little bit of a technical difficulty startup.
That's my bad. I'm sorry.
He's good. I just sprayed myself with water because I was playing with my water kit.
Your fancy one? Your new one?
Yes, it's so cute. I keep showing it off. It matches my background. It says, "No, you hang up."
Hi, Phoenix and Comic. You're the best. I appreciate you so much. And Jay, I see you.
A little morbid to be using this cup today, but here we are.
It's not. Look, I got my new. This is the one that I got for whatever the last holiday was. Valentine's Day. Yes. I got a new coffee cup. And then
women, I'm jealous. Oh, thanks, Matt. Thanks.
And Matt, you were first. I saw you, I promise, but my internet was like, nah, you can't get on. I am going to be live tomorrow, Phoenix, probably during the day because Hobbs is playing with me.
I'm so excited for you.
She's live right now, actually. So after we're done, I'm going to go play some games with her.
Dope. 1 second. I got to blow my nose, of course. I want everything to be out before we start.
You're fine. But Phoenix, just a heads up, once she starts telling us the case information, we won't be responding to chat. It'll just kind of help us with our like audio editing and stuff because we want to like kind of make this a little more legitimate. So we'll be doing stuff. You want to play tomorrow? Yeah, absolutely. I'll be on during the day. I believe at 10 a.m. If I can be on earlier, I will be, but I try not to get on too early because of the baby. But I'm
Okay.
so excited. Are we ready?
Kind of. Based on what Esso just said, to follow up, or as they say in the military, very obnoxiously, to piggyback off of what Esso said, if you are still in chat from now, later in the stream, and you see people come into the chat, if you wouldn't mind, it would be the dopest of you if you would be like, hey, they're going to respond to chat later, like after the episode. That way I don't feel like an asshole for just like diving face first into this and not having to stop a bunch.
What you can do, Comic put a really good quote, like a command in my chat. If you want to add that to yours, you can like copy and paste. So if nobody's paying attention, we could just like paste it in there so they know.
Cool. Yeah, I have the trigger warning pinned.
What was that?
I have the trigger warning pinned at the top.
Okay, let me find your stream one. Let me pull up your Twitch first, and then I'll paste this in there for you. That way, it's a little bit easier, so you can just.
Yeah,
he made it
come up on my restream one.
Yeah, he made it a Sinnysisters one, and then we'll.
Oh, so sweet. Thank you. You seem quiet compared to Esso. Oh, that might be because I'm sick, but I'll turn myself up anyway. Hold on.
I like your sick voice.
Is it
so loud on
Kick? It might be really loud. What's loud? What's so loud on Kick?
I was so loud on Kick.
Oh no. I might have bumped my mic too. I've been moving it around a bunch.
That's okay.
That's better? Okay. Does it sound pretty even? I'm gonna wait because I don't want to start and then it'd be shitty. Which means SOS to say words, I guess.
Hello. Testing.
Whoop, whoop,
Mic
whoop,
check,
whoop.
1, 2.
It's pretty good. Dope-a-roni. Okay.
You're the best, Comic. Did you get blurb as well?
Me?
I was asking Comic.
Oh.
He was like, hey, I've disabled all your sound alerts and stuff.
Oh, thank you for the reminder.
LaCaster57, thank you.
So helpful. Okay, yes, Spotrix alerts are muted now. Dope. That's great. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about an asshole named Lawrence Singleton, and this is the 3rd episode of Sinnysisters. I'm Kira Lubby, and my lovely co-host...
Forever Esoteric.
She's that way. I pointed the wrong direction. Whichever stream, I don't know. It'll work out. I'm going to try really hard not to cough a whole bunch. So we are talking about Lawrence Bernard Singleton. He was born July 28th in 1927 in Tampa, Florida, which is unfortunately where I live. And he kind of had a life that was really fucked up way before he committed the crimes that made him famous later on. He was a merchant seaman, which he traveled a lot during. Some people end up on a ship and just don't really go anywhere. But he had a lot of what is referred to as like troubled experiences. And it's probably what led to him becoming a heavy drinker because, you know, sailors and shit, they do that. I have personal experience that a lot of people do that. And he turned out to be a pretty mean drunk. He had 2 failed marriages and a shitty relationship with his teenage daughter, who was 15 at the time of the first event we're going to talk about. And then he encounters, unfortunately, Mary Vincent. So Mary Vincent is pictured right here. I added a little picture thingy here, and I forgot to send them to Esso because I suck. But, oh my God, my eye, guys. I'm struggling so hard. I put on like as little makeup as possible too because I am not feeling well. So
you look great though.
Thank you. Mary Vincent is sometimes called Mary McGriff because she had two different last names, but she refers to herself most commonly as Mary Vincent. Before her attack, she was a competitive dancer, and she was 15, the same age as Larry, is what we'll call him because that's what he goes by later. In 1978, when the attack happened, she was 15, and his daughter was also 15. Her parents were going through a pretty nasty divorce, and her dad seems to have been kind of shitty. It seems like he was an alcoholic and abusive, but there's no definitive reports on that. It just it's referenced a few times. And after the runaway, Mary said, quote, "I left home to save my life. It wasn't to seek wild times. I didn't know anything about the world or the opposite sex." So she was running away to her grandfather's house just to escape a shitty home life situation. And that day that she ran away, evidently her sister came to her and was like, "Hey, dad's on the way home. He has a migraine and he's mad at you." And so the last thing she said to her was, "You better run." And that's when she decides officially that she's going to run away. I forgot to mention, she's also the middle child of 7 children. And they were in a military family. So they're moving around all the time. She's a middle child, and the dad's
that's awful.
Yeah. Oh, my alarm's going off. Cool. So back on track, Kira. So when she was 4 years old, someone asked her what she wanted to be when she grew up, and she said, "I want to be mother to the world," which broke my fucking heart. I'm like, what 4-year-old's like, "I want to be a mom when I grow up, and not just a mom, I want to be a mother to the world." It is so sweet. I love it. Dead mother. 1 second. Okay. I got distracted. I'm not supposed to. So,
okay.
I know my brain is so scattered. But she runs off to be with her grandfather. That is the point we're at now. So she's standing in line with several other people hitchhiking because it's 1978 and it is not that weird to hitchhike.
Did you say there's like a group of people hitchhiking?
Yeah, so they're all standing along the road with their signs waiting, being like, I'm going here, and whatever. And she's in line with them. She's the younger one. There are some older people with her. And this man drives up in a blue van. And she's standing at that time with 2 other people that are going, 2 of those people are going the same general direction as she is going. When Mary sees this man, she's like, "Oh, he's an old dude. He kind of looks like, quote, a grandfather figure." But he says he can only take 1 person with him. And Mary was able to peek and see that it's an empty van. There's like nothing in the back. So it was weird and it made her a little uncomfortable. But she kept telling herself, he's a nice old man. It'll be fine. Whatever. Also, it's cold and she's tired and she wants to be home already. So she's tired of waiting and basically was like, fuck it. What are the odds this goes poorly? Even though the other 2 going the same direction were like, hey, it's kind of sus. Like, maybe don't get in the van because it's weird that he only wants to take you. Like, he chooses the young girl. And as you can see in this picture here, this is what she looked like at the time. Or actually right after. I do have another picture I'm going to pull forward. So this is her immediately after also. So she's a young girl. And she looks it. So this man sees her and decides, you're the one I'm going to take in my van. And I'll leave the other one up because she looks happier. And I want to see her pretty smile up there. So she says, fuck it. Decides she's going to get in the van. She's so exhausted that on the trip, she actually dozes off. And when she wakes up, she notices all of the signs are saying north instead of south, which is where she was supposed to be going. So she confronts him, and he decides to pull the car over on the side of a deserted road. He's like, hey, I got to piss. I'm going to pull over, and then we'll turn around and go the other way. Honest mistake. So Mary starts to get more and more uncomfortable. She's like, maybe I should have listened to my intuition. So she's like, I'm going to run whenever the car gets pulled over. Like, we pull over, I'm going to run because I don't want to be hurt. And I think this is the safest route. I'll just get another car. And she notices before they pull over that her shoe is untied. So she's like, well, I got to tie my shoe so I'll run and I don't trip and be a buffoon. So she gets out of the car and she starts to tie her shoe. But when she bends down, Larry swings a sledgehammer down onto her head and she ends up blacking out. So she's knocked unconscious by a fucking sledgehammer. Jesus Christ. I don't know if you've held a sledgehammer. They're enormous and they are so heavy. Even without putting a real swing into them, like on their own, they fall really hard.
Yeah.
Like, I can't.
They're like,
yeah, they're intense. I once beat the shit out of a couch with one. It's like unrelated, but
sounds like a good time.
it was a lot of fun. Got out a lot of aggression. So Mary comes to eventually, and she's tied up in the back of the van. And at that point, Larry begins repeatedly sexually assaulting her and saying really horrible things to her. And I'm not going to get into a whole bunch of detail on that. But she goes in and out of consciousness throughout the whole thing, but remembers everything. And later, when talking about it, she says that she estimated it was 6 to 8 times throughout the night that it continued. So he finally falls asleep and she tries to get loose, but cannot. And in that moment, she recalled that she just wanted to die and she couldn't take it anymore. It was so fucking dark. Like a 15-year-old, no one should go through that, but just thinking like a little girl. Ugh. So
My daughter's age.
Yeah. I bet that's particularly hard to hear. Oh my God, I'm not okay. The next morning, Lawrence grabbed a hatchet and dragged Mary while she was still conscious out of his van. So she also wanted to point out, she also remembers the sun coming up. So like she had been awake all night long. So he grabs a hatchet, drags her, she's awake now, out of the van, and he used the hatchet to sever her arms near the elbow in an attempt to make her, quote, difficult to identify. Which, like, there are dental records, but whatever. It's 1978. I guess there weren't as many, like, crime TV shows.
He chopped off her arms?
Yeah. So she lost total control of her body and went limp from the shock and blood loss, but she remained conscious. And during the hatchet attack, in Mary's words, she survives. She's on the show I Survived, which is super cool. She says, he took my left arm and took one swing, and I started to fall. And then he took another swing, and I grabbed his arm, grabbed it real tight. And I couldn't figure out holding him real tight on his arm, but I'm still falling. So she had grabbed him, and he had hacked off that arm as well. So she was falling, but her brain's like, my arm's holding on to him. Why am I still falling? And she can't comprehend what's going on.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Just like,
no.
That's like a nightmare. Like,
yeah.
You know, when you like jerk yourself awake, like,
yeah, right.
Like that.
Like times a million of horror factor. Yeah. And Jesus, that's heartbreaking is the right word. So Larry thinks Mary's dead. So he throws her off a cliff into a concrete culvert in the Del Puerto Canyon, which means nothing to me, but if you're from California, maybe you know what it is. But it's one of those like really big ditch-like structures, and it's relatively near the 5, which is one of like the major interstates that goes up California. I used to take it a lot, and they call it the 5. So Lawrence walks away because he's like, okay, hands are clean, let's go. But Mary looks at him, and as he's walking away, because she's still alive, she's still conscious, 15 years old, she has no arms, and she's been thrown down an embankment, and she looks up at him, and he starts like shaking his arm, just kind of like wiggling, and she can't figure out what he's doing. Her arm was still holding on to his. So when she grabbed him, and then he hacked 3 times or so to get her arm off.
Her nerves probably like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
She held on. So literally those fingers are deep in there, and he's having to shake her arm off. So like it looks like to her like he's just trying to shake a bug off, but she sees something and then eventually realizes that it's her own arm.
What the fuck? Could you imagine like
no.
watching someone like fling off your arm? Like,
yeah,
wild.
that's fucking terrifying.
Like,
Yep.
I,
So
I don't know. That's wild.
yeah, so
Okay.
now she's naked, afraid, and in pain, and she's tired. She is so tired because not only has she just had her arms hatcheted off, she was also assaulted throughout an entire night in the back of a van. And she had been hitchhiking and waiting on the side of the road forever. So who knows how long it's been now since she's actually slept, besides being knocked unconscious briefly with a sledgehammer. Which, like, surviving that on its own, like, what the fuck?
That's
So,
wild.
yes. So, in the Seattle PI interview, she said, "A voice told me to get up and get help or someone else would die." So, because she thought someone else would die, she was able to get herself off of the ground and I don't know, just stay awake. Like, I can't, I get so tired all the time. I'm constantly tired. I am a sleepy gal. But I just, going through all of that and then still being like, you know what, though? I don't want anyone else to go through what I'm going through right now. You know, like, I'm bleeding like a lot and I hurt and I've been hurt a lot all night long, but I'm gonna stay awake. I feel like I can't even make that choice when I'm like on the couch, just like watching a TV show. I can't even be like, I one more episode and I'll keep my eyes awake. My eyes awake? My eyes open. Um, but then to go further, she has the wherewithal to start packing her arms with mud. So, like, she's shoving her arms into the mud to stop the bleeding, to try to, like, maintain her blood levels. She doesn't want to bleed out, so she's packing her arms in all this mud.
So I'm glad she was smart enough to do something.
Yeah.
Like,
And you think the education, like, this is 1978, she's 15 years old, and she had run away from home, and then all these things happen, and she has
that's
this,
crazy.
yeah, just this wherewithal. Like, I gotta tie my shoe so I can run. Oh, well, that fucked up. But, okay, I gotta pack these wounds with mud because I need to survive. Then she climbs a 30-foot cliff, the one she had just been thrown from, with her nubs. She has no arms. Like, she climbs a
I,
cliff. I'm This is fascinating to me. And then she ends up walking about 3 miles along this rural road, holding her like nubs up to avoid bleeding out. So they're packed with mud. She's climbed up this thing after packing them with mud. Her not arms are up in the air, like she's holding them up because she doesn't want to bleed out. So she's doing everything she can to survive. So she sees a car come by and it has 2 men in it and it slows down, but then it sees her and panics and they drive away because yeah, like that is horror movie shit. That is like, you see this young girl with no, like, she's cut around the elbow, so no arms. Her arms are up in the air. She's covered in mud. She's bleeding everywhere. She's nude. Like, fuck, I don't know that I would stop. I mean, I would like to think I would, but I'd be like, this is a trap. I don't know
that's
how they're
like
doing this magic, but it's a trap.
that's like with our last episode because we were like, dang, these people just like drove right by her. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
exactly. When you think,
no,
it's so hard to say what you would do. Like, you really want to be the person that's like, yeah, I would help. And she actually says, she's like, I don't blame them for not getting me. Like, I would also be like, nah, fam, I'm good. I mean, to keep going. But then a second car comes by and it's a couple and I think they're on their honeymoon, but it's not, which would suck, but like, it's not listed very specifically anywhere. I just heard that a few different places, but they ended up getting her in the car and driving her to the hospital. So now we're at the trial. She is alive. She has survived all of this. And more than that, whenever she is a little more coherent, had a tiny amount of rest, she actually helped immediately to make a sketch artist drawing. So she's like, I remember what he looks like. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm not going to wait. Like, screw the doctors, whatever suggestions. We're going to sit down and do it right now. It was so good that his neighbor, his next door neighbor, saw it and was like, hey, I know that guy, and turned him in.
holy shit,
It was like a photograph.
good
And
for her.
I forgot to save that one, I think. But it is,
That's crazy.
yeah, I might find it again for y'all later because it is really impressive.
Mm.
I don't know how those sketch artist guys do their jobs anyway because I can't remember shit. Like, I meet someone and I can't tell you anything about them. even if I talked to them for 2 hours, I'd be like, they had hair, I think. And I don't know. So good on her, but she remembered every detail. So 6 months later, they have the trial. She tells the entire story on the stand with Larry in the room, and she points him out as the attacker. Which, as a side note, she never refers to him by his name after this event. It is always my attacker and never Lawrence or Larry or anything. He's a dick, so she doesn't give him any name, which I think is great. So she's on the stand for about 90 minutes, actually. And the trial wraps up in October of 1978, so it's the same year. And I want to try to say this right, the Stanislaus County grand jury returned an indictment charging Singleton with forcible rape, forcible oral copulation, kidnapping, sodomy, and attempted murder. He entered a plea of not guilty on all charges, like a dummy.
Of course.
There was actually so much, right? Like, what a dick. He's like, I know she's alive and like she just told you all this stuff, but like, not guilty. But the amount of publicity, on the case itself, they actually had to move the trial to San Diego because everyone in the area knew about it, which makes sense. So he ended up being charged and sentenced for attempted murder, which was 10 years. So 6 years for the offense, 1 year for the use of a weapon, and 3 years for the infliction of great bodily injury. Rape was 1 1/3 years, which is a weird way to charge somebody, but it was all consecutively. The oral copulation, of which there were 2 separate charges, consecutive terms of 1 year each, sodomy a consecutive term of 1 year, and the sentences imposed on mayhem and kidnapping were stayed pending completion of the sentences on other counts. So he was credited with 225 days upon the actual 193 days credit too. So he was like, they gave him more days than he had actually already served towards it, which is annoying. And that plays into my next point. It sounds like nonsense, but in total, he was sentenced to 14 1/3 years in prison with 225 days, not counting. So it reduced his sentence to less than 14 years for what he did to Mary. Less than 14
How the
years.
fuck?
Yes, it gets worse. I don't know how, but it does. So the Assistant Attorney General Scott Brown, who represented Florida in Singleton's appeal of his death sentence, said he had a deeply ingrained hatred and dislike of women. Like, I agree, but also, really, you don't think? I don't. Okay. So the Florida Supreme upheld the sentence, rejecting the claim that he didn't get a fair trial because of notoriety from the California crime. So before, he tried to appeal and wasn't able to get the appeal done. And that is what ended up being said, was that he had deeply ingrained hatred and dislike of women, which that is such a dumb thing to say to me. Like, I don't know. Yeah, of course he did. He was an asshole.
Obviously. Yeah. Like, it's very apparent.
I did forget to bring up this image. Here's the image of him in 1978.
Ugh.
Yeah. He's a dick. But, so the biggest thing I want to pull out of the court there, too. So, first of all, he's sentenced to less than 14 years of actual prison time, which, fuck him, he deserves so much more. The second...
And how old was he when this happened?
He was born in...
Sorry. I'm just trying to wonder, because he looks like...
27. Yeah, he's like 50.
Ugh,
when this happens. Yeah.
So he gets out of prison probably like 60 something?
Yeah.
70 something? Okay.
In, I think it's 97. I'll talk about it though.
Okay.
So, let me get back to my spot. Oh, so Mary was sitting relatively near the door where they like take you out whenever you get sentenced. And as he passed by, he said to her, if it's the last thing I do, I'll finish the job. Yeah.
That's fucked up.
She wouldn't talk about it forever. Like, she wouldn't tell anybody what he said for a long time. And I think actually it wasn't until she was on the show I Survived that she ended up talking about it. And I have a picture of her from that show as well. Right here. She's lovely. The lovely Mary.
Yeah. Oh.
So after this event, he's in prison. Oh, geez. She ends up with her prosthetic arms, which you can see in the picture.
Yeah.
She went back and finished high school in Las Vegas, and they ended up helping to bring an act to Congress, which was called the Singleton Act. The idea was to prevent early release of perpetrators who committed any crime that involved torture in California. So the minimum sentence was increased to 25 years due to the Singleton Act, because as we know, he was, as I keep harping on, he was only in prison for less than 14 years. So now the minimum sentence, no matter what, has to be at least 25 because he did indeed torture her. He was released in 8 years for good behavior.
Yeah. Because he's in a prison most likely with only men?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
So after his release, her nightmares got worse because I can only imagine the types of nightmares you'd end up having. She'd wake up thrashing and panicking, and once she even dislocated her shoulder trying to get out of bed, and she also cracked her ribs and smashed her nose on other occasions. Yeah, she was so anxious. She got bodyguards at one point and eventually started living out of an abandoned gas station. Like, she didn't want anyone to find her. She was having a full-on mental break, which...
Yeah.
And the guy that said, I'll finish the job, was released 8 years. Like, she's 23 at that point. That is...
So she's still a baby. Ugh.
Yeah, just a wee little baby. So Lawrence Larry, whatever, is released from prison. 9 years later, he commits a murder. So he's apprehended on site, covered in blood, after a neighbor called in about an assault. 9 years after he's released. So this is an old dude just fucking up people's lives. But Mary came back again to testify 20 years later, so 20 years after her attack. But she focused on her own experience and explained that this only happened because of his lenient sentencing, which is clear to all of us now. I mean, if you put this horrible person in prison for 8 years, maybe that's not enough time, and they will repeat those actions later. Roxanne Hayes is the woman he murdered. No one really talks about her, and honestly, I couldn't even find pictures, so I'm kind of pissed off about that. It's really hard to even find pictures of her on the internet, so I didn't actually...
That's so sad.
Yeah, so I didn't put any on here because I don't want to put a picture of the wrong person.
Yeah.
But most of the coverage I've seen in other podcasts and articles, they don't even talk about Roxanne at all, that she was murdered at all. It all focuses on Mary Vincent, who survived, which is great. I'm so happy Mary survived.
Someone died.
Yeah, but someone died. And not only that, she was a 31-year-old mother of 3 with a daughter and 2 sons. And she was senselessly murdered. And she was murdered because of her job. She was in sex work. But she was supporting her children that way.
Yeah.
But I think what got me the most heated was when I was looking up information on her. The news headings kept referring to her as, quote, the prostitute. Like, I don't
probably why there's no pictures or anything, because like back then they were like, that's bad. Yeah, when it's like so much has happened since then, and there's really only one article that actually goes in and talks about her, and it's the interviews given by her daughter, who's the oldest of her kids, and her longtime boyfriend. But I don't know, she was a real person, you know, like she was a mom, she was a friend, she was a longtime girlfriend to this guy. But it was Clifford Tyson is her boyfriend's name, by the way. He seems like a pretty good dude as far as their relationship went. But so I'm going to talk about Roxanne. That's the point.
she deserves to be talked about. So Roxanne had it rough from the beginning. She was sexually abused as a child by her own grandfather, beginning at the age of 2. He later actually died in her room on one of those horrible nights. Like, he came into her room to put her through that shit again and ended up dying. And on top of that, she was about 6 or 7, by the way, when that happened. So from the ages of 2 to 6 or 7, she's being assaulted, and then her grandfather dies in the act. On top of that, her dad's a drunk asshole that physically abused her into her teen years. And it only stopped because her mom died, and then she left home. She was 14 at that time. So, like, her life has been fucked.
Fuck?
Yeah, since day one. Just garbage. But she tries to make the most, so she moves in with some family friends, and she ends up going on to high school. But she was bullied the entire time for her height and her weight, because was severely overweight, and she was like 6 feet tall. She's very tall. But fuck bullies. So, but the constant bullying ended up leading her to start experimenting with drugs. It says that, but when I looked into it, it seems like experimenting with drugs means she smoked weed. So, like, good for you, man. Like, you kind of like lessen
You
your
deserve
anxiety.
that.
Yeah,
Deserve those.
but I mean, whatever. Yeah. So
back then, right?
exactly. You have to think about it. Like, I don't think sex works. There's nothing wrong with sex work, and honestly, it wouldn't be so dangerous if it was just legalized and better managed, like treated like an occupation. Because you can sell
Like
sex
overseas.
everywhere unless it's like in person.
Yeah.
But she does end up skipping school a bunch and drops out. But she did get her GED because she's a bad bitch. And she stands up in the face of adversity. So, but the shittiness doesn't end, sadly. She never really gets anything good besides her children and her boyfriend, which is great. But in June of 1986, she was charged with possession of cocaine, and reports say that she'd been suffering from an addiction. And she ended up pleading guilty and serving 4 years probation, but she violated that probation when she was later arrested for prostitution. That got her 2 years of house arrest, and she violated that also, again for prostitution, and was sentenced to 18 months in prison. There are a few places that are like, oh, well, an added side effect, or like a good side effect is that she lost weight. Like, okay.
Of her drugs or the prostitution?
The cocaine, like, because she had a cocaine addiction, and they're like, oh, well, she lost weight. Okay, I don't fucking care. But she did. She lost 180 pounds or so.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah. And then before she died, she ended up losing 30 more pounds. So she loses 200 pounds because of her addiction. Fuck? Yeah. And so they're like, oh, well, at least she's thinner now. Fuck you, dude. Like, my God. Okay. Whew. Body shaming on another level. Like, be healthy, but fuck, man. Like, so this went on, like, this getting in trouble for drugs and prostitution and getting arrested and having to serve time on either house arrest or probation, or a couple times actually in prison. It went on for about 11 years, but she was also applying to other jobs in that time period. But she kept getting rejected because of a lack of experience. Because how is anyone supposed to recover from a shitty life if they can't find a foothold somewhere? Like, give me something to work with, man. Like, I had a shit life. I'm trying to get better. Yeah, it's like, I'm trying to get better, and you're not letting me have this job. But eventually she lands a job at a fast food restaurant where she met her boyfriend, Clifford Tyson. Before this, she had been with other men, and they treated her like shit, which is Cliff's version of the story, basically. And that's how she has her other 3 children. But he also had a criminal background. He was on the path to turn his life around as well. So they're both like trying to get into a normal working life. Aww. Yeah. But right before this, he was actually coming out of a 4-year stint in prison for robbery, burglary, and theft. So pretty serious. She actually later is... Actually, I'll bring that up in a second. So Larry gets his slimy paws on her one day, takes her to his house, and murders her in 1997. He was found, as I said earlier, covered in blood by the police on site. after neighbors called the cops because they're like, it's noisy. It sounds like someone's getting hurt. And the police show up and it's too late. But
Can I just say I love his neighbors. I love that they just keep turning him in. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad that they know.
And it was a new neighbor. It was a different neighbor. This was a new house.
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
They were
well,
like,
I figured because he went to prison before, right?
Do you imagine? Like, you called the news. You're like, hey, you put that guy's picture on the TV, and that's my neighbor. He looks just like my neighbor. Like, maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe they're twins, like, doppelgangers or something.
Yeah.
They're, like, identical. And then later, it's like, that is weird to think about. And also, you're right. A lot of people hear shit and don't say anything.
Yeah, I mean, all the serial killer documentaries, nobody says a fucking word. And then, like, this guy got turned in not once, but twice.
Yeah. And you hear you hear about these people being like, well, I don't want to get involved. It's none of my business. And this is the 90s too, which is still a time where true crime wasn't like as big of a topic, and people weren't as quick to call the police about stuff.
Yeah.
And I imagine anywhere Larry's living isn't particularly nice. So you're right. Those neighbors do deserve a shout out. Both sets or of them. I don't know if they're couples or not. Whatever. But Roxanne is remembered as a doting mother. And one of the articles I read said that she read to her kids at night. She dressed them up for Halloween, and she kept every promise she made. So that is really cool. She's a really good mother. So people just shit on her because she was a prostitute. And I don't know, being a sex worker,
she's just making that money.
Yeah, being a sex worker shouldn't be that big of a deal. And also, she's a person. Like, she's a human. That is a human life that was lost. And all she is ever a footnote. That's why I really wanted to go forward with this and talk about
I'm
her
glad that
as
you
well.
did.
Yes. So then now we have an aftermath part 2, because we already discussed what happened with the trial with Mary, and now there's this whole set of events, and now this is like a part 2 to the story where Roxanne comes in. So in 1998, Mary goes to testify again, but this time in front of the 105th Congress. So she was trying to support a congressional bill called No Second Chances for Murderers, Rapists, or Child Molesters of 1998. So the act states, I quoted it, I took this all from like the Gov websites. Any individual convicted of murder should receive the death penalty or be imprisoned for life without the possibility of parole. I agree. And rape or a dangerous sexual offense involving a child under age 14 should be imprisoned for life without the possibility of parole. I agree. And it would require the Attorney General to transfer federal law enforcement assistance funds amounting up to $100,000 for transfer. So each victim of the subsequent offense, so like the secondary offense, would receive up to $100,000. They would also cover the cost of incarceration, prosecution, and apprehension of that person. It would also require the United States Sentencing Commission to amend the federal sentencing guidelines so that someone's guilty of murder, quote, shall be punished by death or by life imprisonment, or if they are guilty of rape or a dangerous sexual offense, quote, shall be punished by life imprisonment. Finally, the bill would require the Attorney General to collect and distribute data to the President, Congress, states, and local officials. So that's like the number of murders, rapes, dangerous sexual offenses committed by previous offenders, as well as the percentage of cases in which a person convicted of one of those crimes ended up committing a second time in another state. So that way it was becoming all like public information. They wanted everyone to know this guy fucked up. He fucked up again, whether in the same state, another state. It's being reported everywhere so that there's one big distro, which is kind of, it's like a second time offender for violent assaults and murders if it were the sex offender registry, but for those things. And I found all that on congress.gov, by the way. So if you want to look into it more, you can. I know it's kind of like a lot of word vomit right now. It's just like a lot of information all at once. So I hope it made sense, kind of. But at this meeting, she shares details of her own attack. She's in DC. standing in front of all these people in Congress talking about her assault. And the way she wraps up her DC talk, I liked. So I'm going to go ahead and quote that. I have now obtained the long overdue psychological counseling to help me get over my nightmares and fear. Yet sometimes I still feel like that confused 15-year-old runaway trapped in the body of a 35-year-old mother of two. No one should ever have to go through what I went through or what the children of Roxanne Hayes will go through without her mother. So, unfortunately, that act did not receive a vote, despite it obtaining 49 co-sponsors. Yeah, that's annoying to me. I think it should have gone through. But for reference, for people that aren't super familiar with the legal system, there are 435 total representatives in Congress, and there were 59 co-sponsors. So it sounds like a lot of people, like 59 is a lot of people, but there are 435 total. So sadly, not very well represented. But some people online, when I was reading through, were upset and said it should have been reintroduced as a companion or omnibus bill. That just means that it would be brought in with another bill or piled into a bigger bill. So they would say, like, smuggle it in there so that it becomes law kind of thing. Larry, and I can't tell if this is like good justice or bad, but he died of cancer in 2001, Friday, December 28th, behind bars at the North Florida Reception Center in Stark. So he was transferred to a hospital when he started to get particularly ill. He was 74 years old when he died, and he had been on death row since 1997, which is when he murdered Roxanne Hayes, and no execution date at that time had been set. And today, if you see here, I'm going to pull this picture up here too. So this is Larry in prison right before he died. Ugly asshole. Fuck him. We don't care about him. And I'm going to bring Mary back up because this is what she looked like when she did the I Survived. She's awesome. She became an artist. She couldn't dance anymore, obviously. I mean, she could, maybe, probably. But she couldn't dance anymore, so she got into art. She's a big Lord of the Rings fan. Yeah, I thought you'd like that detail, so I threw it in there.
Love it.
Yes. So her art portrays like powerful women as kind of like female action figures. So they're like self-assured, like ready to fight. But typically they're pulled from real women, and she kind of just makes them into superhero type things.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and she sells her artwork, but when this was a while ago that link was posted, and I think it's been a long time since that was posted. So I do have the phone number still, which I don't like that it's a phone number, but somewhere else I read all but 7 of her pieces were sold or donated to museums, and she has the last 7. And she actually stopped painting and doing her artwork relatively recently. She felt that she had grown enough and had healed enough, and she fell in love again and got married. And because of that, she felt, I don't know, that I can't like put to words that aren't exactly what she said. It was something along the lines of she was finally happy and she finally wasn't going through all that. And that was her way of processing. And now that she was in a safe, healthy environment, she didn't need to do all that art to process things anymore. So kind of a bummer because she was a great artist with her hooks. She had prosthetic hooks and she was a fantastic artist. She actually, this is also really cool. She would take parts from like old refrigerators and stereo systems, and she would adjust, like manipulate and upgrade her own prosthetics using just spare parts from random machinery she'd find in like junkyards.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, so she's also brilliant. But she also plays pool and bowls in her free time. She's evidently pretty good at it.
How does she bowl?
Yeah, she made a hand specifically for bowling.
Like, so it has like the fingers?
That's cool. Right? It's super cool. I thought it was really neat. She's brilliant. But ooh. That wraps up the brutal murder of Roxanne Hayes and the harrowing tale of Mary Vincent, who is a victim, survivor, and now an artist. And she is a mother of 2, which is super cool too. Surprise, she becomes the mother that she always wanted to be since she was a little baby. I am going to go ahead and put the phone number for funsies in chat so you can copy it if you want.
Hey, yeah.
This is the phone number listed for her artwork, but I don't think it is a thing anymore. I didn't try to call it or anything, and it was posted a long time ago.
Oh, I'm just curious. How does it work if it's a phone number?
I don't know.
I don't know how that works.
I have no idea.
I've posted it in my chats too.
Dope. Dope-a-roni.
That's crazy.
So
Wild.
I wrote this episode over the past 2 weeks. I procrastinated and then worked on it and then procrastinated and then worked on it. And
Okay, you've been dying.
Yeah, I have been so sick and I wish I had presented it better. But maybe I'll do like a second recording later on. And that way I feel better about it. But either way, I'm glad I got to tell the tale and bring light, especially to Roxanne Hayes, because she deserves it. It's not her fault her life got shit on since the beginning.
I think you did a great job. And I like that you're sick, so your voice is all like, like
that is
like it's good. Comic says you did great too.
Thanks, Comic. I appreciate that. And we are back, by the way. So alerts are back on, and we're back to normal. But I'm glad the pictures were able to go up there too. Oh, I want to find that sketch artist thing she did.
Oh yeah.
Mary. Real quick. Okay.
Oh,
I found it immediately. Copy. And then
I'm looking.
Yeah, I'm about to put it in there.
Where's he at?
It's so cold in here. I'm gonna die.
Oh no, why?
Oh, I'm like freezing.
Yeah, see. Here.
Okay.
Okay, now I can.
Hey, Chico.
And I'm just gonna drop it on the screen.
Pistol's here. Let's go.
Let's go.
They said great job.
Thanks.
I'm so glad y'all were here.
We talked about the sketch she did,
that
she helped generate.
Do a really good job.
This is the sketch.
Here, I'm gonna pull up her stream so that y'all can see the sketch too. 1 second.
And I can click through the other pictures too, but this was just okay. So here is, hi Chico. Here is the sketch. I'm gonna put it over myself, and then I'm gonna pull up the picture of him in 1978.
Oh no.
So this is what he looked like. And this is the drawing they came up with.
That's crazy. She did such a good job. That's wild.
So you see like the hair that comes in. I'm pointing with my mouse like you can fucking see it. But you see like the hair that comes down in the front and the type of his eyebrows, so his hair pulls around, his big old ears. Like this is...
She got the bags under his eyes and everything.
I know. It's wild. And even the way he has like that more hooded eye on one side.
Yeah.
It is. That was just
crazy.
really impressive to me. So I definitely wanted to include that.
Wild.
Yes.
That's such a good job. That was
Thank
crazy.
you. It is
Wild.
indeed.
Wild.
I'm gonna delete these before I forget that they're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. But I do think
He's a dick.
in the future I would like
Where
to.
the fuck did my partner go? Oh,
But-
he took the shower.
I don't know if you can hear Data.
I didn't see the shower.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what he said though.
Yeah. He's playing something. I don't.
Oh, Pistols
What are you playing?
said they've been watching. That's awesome.
I'm about to
I
join you.
appreciate it. We're so
I'll join you
glad
in a
you've been
minute.
here. We're
Yes.
so are we gonna do conspiracy theories next week, or are we gonna keep it? Am I doing one of these?
If you don't have one prepared, like a plan already, then I would be down to do conspiracies with you.
Let's see. I guess we could leave it up to chat if you want.
Yeah, just chat want to vote.
Do y'all want to? So, because we were playing with the idea of adding in like conspiracy theories as well, like sinister ones.
Mm-hmm.
So, would y'all be interested in going over a conspiracy theory for an episode? Maybe like, would you say once a month or so?
Yeah, I would think that, like,
Is that what you
maybe
said?
every fourth episode we'll do it. Real quick, I want to go
Conspiracy?
through chat. Those charges and that threat, and they still let him go for real. Thank you for the lurk, Pearson. You're great. Yuko, wow, first. Yes, you were first on Twitter, indeed. Thank you so much. I forget that I stream to Twitter. It is very nice to see people like to use it sometimes. Chico, I already said hi to you. Firefox, hello. My mother dropped in my chat. That's cool. And then Live Space got some traction today.
Let's go.
My notifications here. Jack, hey ladies, hope you're evening. Den Mother says hello.
Hi.
And yes, very heartbreaking. The more true crime I listen to, the more I'm convinced demon possession is real. I totally agree with you. And then about Roxanne, studies have shown those who live in a down in the luck kind of life are more willing to stop for folks on the side of the road. Sad truth. Oh, interesting. Time to feed the man, gots to go. This is gots to. Gee, I love that. Going to listen to the replay tomorrow. Have a good evening, ladies. Oh, so sweet.
No.
So yeah, I guess that's a good point. The type
Aliens?
of people that are more likely to stop for you. Aliens.
So we have a couple of people. Hey, let's go, Data. I don't even know where my stank stick is. I'll look for it though. But so Chico voted conspiracy, Pistol voted aliens. So maybe I can, come up with some fun alien stuff. I love aliens, y'all. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So if
That'd
we
be fun.
want,
Yeah, I think
it would be.
a good palate cleanser would be. We don't have ginger, so we gotta. We're gonna throw some conspiracies at you instead.
Okay. We could definitely do the conspiracy. I'll find something really cool about aliens so we can do an alien conspiracy theory episode next Monday.
So we'll each find. Yeah, I like that. We'll each do an alien conspiracy and we'll bring them together and have a
I'm
little
about it.
storytelling. And also, we're eventually
Realism?
going to do sort of listener stories. So if y'all are working on them, you got to start building them up because later on, not super soon, but later on, we are going to have episodes where we just talk about things y'all write about. I think that would be interesting too. Keep it sinister here.
Yes. We like it. But so next week we'll do an episode on Kira and I will both get some alien conspiracy theories going. We'll have to touch base and make sure we don't do the same ones. Hi, Crimson.
Yes.
And then I know Comic has talked about doing some episode info for us. Pistol, y'all are welcome to chime in too. And then Kira and I will get together and we'll kind of plan to see. Crimson's even got some alien shit to talk about.
Sweet.
Maybe when we do our conspiracy theory things, we can pull people in Discord and
that would be fun.
let them.
That is
We
a good
can
idea.
we can add in some stuff. So that way, at least once a month, we can get some watcher interaction too.
Watcher,
Unga
not viewers.
IR.
Watchers.
Yeah,
They're on high alert all the time, watching.
creepers. Nimitz video. Okay, I'm gonna take all the notes. So we'll have fun. So next Monday will be fun.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, we'll have to set up a scene to bring others into Discord.
Yeah, that'll be easy.
Hey, let's go, Hobbs and Johnny. Thank y'all so much for the resubs.
No.
They're so sweet. And then I just want to note that Johnny J's resub was for his 37th month in a row. Just going to throw that out there.
That is crazy.
And Hobbs's resub with Prime for her 25th month in a row.
That's so awesome.
That's wild. Going Unga Bunga to all. See you in the 256. All right, Harv. And Crimson with the resub too.
Oh my
17
gosh, how
months in a row.
exciting.
Let's fucking go. That's an almost hype train, y'all.
So close.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to wrap up here and hop over to play some Apex. But thank you so much.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Kira. Y'all make sure you follow Kira because whenever we're going back and forth, she has pictures on her end. I didn't know that. I forgot all about it.
Yeah, I didn't do it
and I was
till
like,
right before.
it's fine. But so yeah, y'all make sure you're following her. And I guess I'll also wrap up for this, and then I'm gonna be playing some COD with Hobbs.
Have fun.
Tic Tac video. All right, Pistol.
Next time.
Oh, your shout out clip's playing.
No.
Okay. All right, I'll exit Discord.
Feeding dogs and I jump in someone's Discord or chat here.
I didn't mean to just like completely leave. I was just gonna close out the thing. But have fun in Apex. If Hobbs is getting off around midnight, so if you're still on, maybe I can jump in and play some Apex with you.
Yeah, well, hopefully I'm not on because I need to get some sleep. But
Oh, that's true. Facts.
yes,
Facts. Maybe next time.
Yes. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Hello.
Hey. Hello.
We have switched over to the boys.
How good is it?
It's pretty good. Oh, I felt bad. I was a little like frantic feeling. I just got rushed to go in there and it got out. We got the story out though. It's okay.
What do you mean you felt rushed?
I don't know. Well, if I had not napped, I would have been really, really tired. But if I had not napped, I also would have, I don't know, been more like less flustered. I don't know why I was anxious today. Everyone's so nice about it all the time, and they come in here and hang out. And I appreciate all of you, by the way. But,
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go indeed. I got so worked up. I don't know why.
Yeah, I did really well in league, and then in the tournament I did really well, but my partner was not that great. So we went 2 and out. That's all good.
Oh. But that's what you did fantastic. What was the final?
We're 12-1 in our league.
That's dope. What?
Okay, I don't know. There's just a lot going on right now. So many people. So many.
How about this? Literally 5 punches there. Just
Yep.
Are you in a
I
game?
grappled him, and that was funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it only shows that
No.
Evil's in a game.
Oh, no, I'm in the game.
Weird.
My
Okay,
brother's
I
here
heard
with
it
me, I
does.
promise.
My brother.
You got it. Come on, sideways. You got it.
You don't got it. You fat rip.
We got our clutch though.
We were last. Maybe we were last.
We got
We're talking about it.
we're good. We got our ace in the hole.
We had a few dubs last night. I was really excited about it.
Yeah, because I wasn't there to bring
We
it
had a
in.
couple.
Not true. I have my daily is 2 with crypto.
What's the number you put in chat there?
So at one time, that was a number you could reach out to try to purchase artwork from the survivor of our tale tonight.
Oh,
And I don't think it's a thing anymore, but I figured, why not put it in there?
Yeah.
I don't really know how that would work, but
so he Pville tried Helldivers, but it kept crashing the laptop.
oh,
And
Fat
then-
rip. I barely like that.
that's a bummer.
I barely like that. Just gonna have to wait.
It's gonna be alright.
Yeah,
Here's going.
that's such a bummer, though.
Eventually, I'll get to be a citizen. Eventually.
We gotta get you to a Best Buy. Silent sombrero.
Silent? Oh, alright.
I love it.
Alrighty, buddy.
Oh shit! I didn't change my kick to say that I was not doing murder things. Okay, let me
Technically
fix
still
it.
doing murder things.
Yes,
Yeah,
you are not wrong.
This
And
place seems
then-
cool.
Okay, that one's fixed. Now live space super fast.
One team.
Okay.
Yep, landing right on us.
Oh,
For
good.
murder. Oh,
Oh no, I'm not there yet. Okay, I'm here.
I'm dead.
Are you like dead?
I'm down. Fuck me. I wasn't here.
Make me feel any better? I don't.
Womp womp.
I'm talking about it.
Behavior. Rude.
Bye, buddy. I'm getting it. No? Yeah. Come on. What?
Well, since
Oh, I
I'm
can fall!
dead,
Good job.
I'm gonna
I
go.
did not think I could fall like that.
Good job. I'm gonna follow you. Sit on there.
That was something.
Okay,
Alrighty then.
Okay.
Oh my god. I can't hear you. What are you saying? Honey? I hear that you're screaming, but I can't hear what you're saying.
Oh, fuck. I moved my mic and I muted it. My bad.
Oh, I was so confused. I was like, what is going on?
I was trying to move it out of my way. Yeah.
For glory.
That's funny. Woof.
Yep.
Whoa, boy.
That didn't count.
First game.
Oh, 12. Okay, Mikey.
I did something.
Hey, I'm not crazy upset with what I did.
At least I fired my gun.
I also fired a gun. I don't know how well it went. I mean, I do. I was first down. That's how well it went.
That's all you
Yes.
ask of me is to fire my gun.
Because I wasn't
Oh,
on the page. I was fixing my live space to see if I was gaming instead of doing a podcast.
I'll be like that.
Okay, that's fine. We were just racing through my first game with crypto. And also, I had forgotten I was even crypto that game.
I'm not moving falling out. Thinking I'm low.
Oh. It's funny 'cause yesterday you're like, I'm picking up flour. And I
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, he's picking up flour. And she's like, oh, what's he baking?
That was a great cake.
I
It's
bet it was.
embarrassing. I was like, I didn't know he was trying his hand out in baking.
Mikey's great at getting baked. I mean, baking.
Yeah, that's what I
So
said
good.
too. I was like, oh, getting baked, not baking. Speaking of which, I wish I had taken a gummy like 2 hours ago.
I took it when I got home.
Yeah, I should have.
Nope. Okay.
What is happening? What are you doing to
Get
us?
off me! Get off me! Get off me!
Where are you trying to take us or not take us?
I just wanted you off me.
I had no idea what just happened.
I don't know. We're nowhere near where he thinks.
No, we're not. What? Rude, sir. He just got claustrophobic of our presence.
Apparently.
Sometimes I panic.
I'm solo.
Sometimes.
I'm running into the ship.
Sometimes.
Oh, I didn't. Oh my god, I just realized I don't have any of my stuff open. Okay, we're good. We're good. Wait, are you up there fighting any?
I'm not fighting anybody yet.
He almost does. I'm with him.
Okay, there's a
Or
hat
I'm
back
not.
here.
You know? Sometimes I just miss.
I am on the way. Oh, I'm gonna get this harvester real quick.
Yes. I'm actually.
Wait. I need...
God, I'm mercy.
Lord have mercy.
I'll see him.
Okay. I
I
am.
hurt my face.
Okay, I'm coming up the zip on the bridge.
Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Wow, those dead slides in.
That's not what you want.
Above us. Above us. Love those shots.
Yeah, I don't see them just yet. Oh, on that balcony with y'all?
Thank you.
Jesus
Saving
Christ.
alive.
I found you. You found me. He's right there, Mike.
Yeah, I see now. Thank you.
You found him. Oh, shield my health.
Oh shit! I didn't see the one to our side. I just saw the one on the stairs. Oh
Yeah,
my
he
god!
literally just sprung up. He sprung up and said the most.
It was crazy. I went up on my battle pass. Okay, what's my next little challenge to do? I need ordnance, loot and care packages. And then I didn't do the seer ones. I guess I could do seer for a little bit. I need to do 3 finishers with him. Yeah, why not? Why the heck not? I was so glad I got that clip of the lifeline and the Loba situation where I immediately went down.
That was something.
I sent in the group chat.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh, fuck.
Mikey,
Because you ran. I remember that. 'Cause you
Yeah.
ran down and you're like,
yes.
whatever.
I've had Redna chasing me the whole time. I was just running for my life, and I see him getting finished, and I gun behind him. Alright.
Well, it was like they had already finished the finisher or stopped the finisher because they heard stuff, and then
No, it's
they
'cause you got
saw.
shot.
Yeah, and then but
So
they
that
saw
first Loba.
when they saw P-ville, they were like, "Oh, my lifeline's back or my Loba's back," and just like let him reset behind
Yeah.
him. That was so funny. I want to go into Ho.
Didn't turn and shoot at me at all.
Oh no, it was amazing. Also, you throwing a syringe at that guy you downed,
He just
and then
stared at it.
not even that, you left it. You didn't even leave it there. You took it
I
away.
needed it.
I didn't see anyone.
It's fine. I want it. Nah,
I'm gonna start it.
Hour soon. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Would you like to know what we're getting, or is it going to be a surprise? Which one would you prefer?
What?
What do you mean?
Oh, neat.
Oh wow, I see.
That's pretty cool. Oh, I need to get. I should have picked up more light ammo in between that. Oops. Ah! That's my face. Rude. Yeah, I was like, one of y'all needs that. Okay, last one.
Alright.
Oh, yes.
Oh, let me get some ammo.
There's one more, right?
Yeah, there's one more. Do you do it? Oh, I got it.
Oh, you have to hit it. Sorry, I didn't know you had to do it.
Yeah.
The other side.
Oh, he's still attacking me. I didn't see that. Yay. Good, I'm out of ammo. Okay. I have 0 ammo. So I'm gonna work on that.
That's always fun here.
Over here in the city over here. Over here on the.
I was hurt.
Over here on the.
They're bad guys?
Yes.
Oh, that's annoying.
They're more that enough.
I gotta sit for a minute.
We're going to Mikey.
Okay. Y'all didn't want to go up top? Oh, y'all are up top, are you?
Yeah, I went up top.
Okay, cool.
I'm just looting real quick.
Yeah. I wanted to go up top to the sniper little area. See if I can get a longbow or something.
What a
A
toss.
sentinel works. Okay, I need light ammo, and that's really it. Your ult's still down there? Great. Thank you. Is it on the bottom floor?
Yeah.
No. There's a fight right here. Yes, engage. We gotta do it.
Oh, there's no more light ammo in there.
Fight for our lives. Oh,
Alright,
I'll
put
drop
it
some.
up to you.
It's okay. I can't hear you.
Yeah, you're really
Me or
low.
him? You can't hear me?
I can
No.
hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you
You're
now.
low.
Oh. Because I was...
I
Oh,
just
there's
lost.
a fight right here in front of me.
Should be one to your left too. Unless it moved up.
And they're gonna. Where are
Yeah,
y'all?
they're right there. I'm with you.
You're going to your right.
Oh. You want to take that zip too?
Ah,
They're on the balloon.
you're landing on their heads. Yeah.
Damn it! That was such a waste.
Right at them.
Thank you.
Hi, buddy. Another one. Lobbing it.
Fuck.
Don't worry about it.
I'm
It's just
about to
frustrating.
I know. I'm trying to figure out where the fuck he went. Oh, I see him.
Heal up, heal up.
I found him.
I'll fight him.
Fuck.
I'm down. Damn it!
I'll find him, I said! I'll find him!
Yeah, I was healing. It didn't go well. Oh, they murdered you. Okay, that's fine. I gotta pee anyway.
I didn't
48,
want to
you
make
did
it
good
over.
there.
165.
That was nonsense. Oh, look, we're twins, babe.
Yes. He is going to be right back.
Nobody said it'd be easy, but we took a train to the ceiling. And I'm high on all of my feelings. Don't
Let me go back to work, Vivo.
from the stream. I bought a one-way ticket to space. Let's get out of here. I hurt you, but it's nice this time of year. Out in the wild, find a eating. Let's stay a while, never leaving. Sell me your love in my heart. We're taking off. Sell me your love in my heart. We're taking off. Won't let go, I want your body around, all around, all around. Sell me your love in my heart. We're taking off.
Hey. Hey, could you leave too? What?
Found you in all of the madness. I heard your
Boom,
voice
boom,
through
boom,
the
boom,
I
boom.
fill my water. I will ready and go fill my water.
magnet. I won't look down.
Haha.
I bought a one-way
Oh, thank you.
ticket to space. Let's get out of here. I heard
One way ticket to space. Let's get out of here.
you turn my world on its head.
I was just about to do the same thing.
Anything
I related.
Let's get out of here. That's great.
Oh, I was more so about going to space.
Yes, that too. Of course. Naturally. My heart. It's okay. It scared me. Data put my water through my ring light and it knocked it a bit and it scared the shit out of me. I think I know where we're going.
Do you?
Maybe. I'm gonna go to that one. Oh, okay. I'll go to the middle.
Oh, no. Right.
I'll be brave. Oh, wait. No one's coming with us. What?
Brownie face.
Oh, this is meant to be. I landed on a longbow. I'm gonna die so fast. Oh, nope. That's not what I meant to do.
Mm, mm. All right, let's go. Let's do it. So spicy over here.
If y'all find a Snoop Snap optic or anything, I would greatly appreciate it, even if it's a 2x4.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Spicy.
You ready to get spicy?
I'm ready to go spicy.
I suppose.
We're
I
close.
have a Moby, by the way. Like up here?
No,
Yeah, like really on my ping.
there.
Oh, on me. I'm dead.
Oh my god, I'm gonna land up top.
Ah, got one.
I didn't realize you'd already
Right here in the
left.
smoke. Oh.
I'm almost to the zip. Oh my god. Stay alive, please. No.
God damn it, dude. Ah, right here.
Leave me alone.
Alright, after this, I'll get it together. Good shot.
They're in another fight, so I'm just gonna be annoying for a second.
You good? Yeah.
Are they both under there?
You got grenades down there?
I'll
Yeah,
push up back, Milton. Ready as hell. I got all of the smoke. I was not prepared.
yeah. The right side too. They're on the right side too.
Oh, okay.
Doing good.
Damn it. Damn it! You know what? Fuck it. I'm alone anyway.
Get them, baby. They're down there.
You're never alone in spirit.
Oh, shit. I hit the shield and not them. Womp, womp, womp.
All of those shots.
Jesus Christ. I did hit all the shots. I just hit the rampart shield and not the people.
Oh,
I think
they hit all the
tomorrow they're
shots.
doing that takeover event.
75.
We keep not hearing you.
Tomorrow they're doing the takeover event.
What was that again?
Did you not hear me, or what is the event?
What is the takeover event?
Oh, it's basically like doing a bounty in Warzone.
Oh.
So it's taking over duos and trios. So there's no regular, and it's gonna be you land whatever you loot, and then there's basically like a bounty thing you go to pick up, and either you pick it up and you hunt somebody, or
Oh,
somebody hunts
yeah.
you, and then whoever survives gets better loot.
Yeah, I do remember that. That's crazy. That's gonna be scary. I'm excited.
That's different.
Maybe we'll do some more streams this week so we can play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not super feeling stream, so I think I'm just gonna end stream and then play casually. But thanks everybody. So sorry it was a short one, but I hope you got to stick around for the episode. Thank you all so much. I'm gonna actually go to the fancy Sinnysisters the end.
Do you know where secrets go? 'Cause I've forgotten mine. They've slipped out of my control, and you know where they hide. Your love's a little heavy, you're touching me already, and it's working up my nerves. You should probably forget me, 'cause I'm terrified you'll get me when I'm at my worst. It's not too late to let you know that you're in love.